So in our previous message, we spoke about your imagination becomes your reality. Now, we believe that's so true. You know, what you continuously imagine, that is where your life might end up. So it's very important to get your imagination at a good place, to get your thoughts at a good place, to get that picture in your mind at a good place. So if you haven't seen that video, go watch our previous video that speaks about that. Today, we're going to speak about patience and imagination. And the reason I want to speak about patience and imagination is because a lot of times people listen to messages on the imagination, and my life goes in the direction of my imagination, and by using my imagination I can build my future, I can build my dreams, and that is so true. But a lot of times people get impatient. They think, I can imagine something once, I can imagine something for a week, and I can act on what I imagine, and it will suddenly come to me. And sometimes things does suddenly come to you, but before the suddenly, a lot of times we have to be patient, because it takes time to build imagination in the subconscious mind. And as I said to you, like the subconscious mind runs 90% of your life, and your subconscious mind runs your habit. Your subconscious mind doesn't always know the difference between imagination and reality. That's why it's so important to use your imagination to shape your subconscious mind, and it influences your habit. It influences where your body is eventually going to go. But like I said, a lot of times people get impatient and they say, this doesn't work. I started using my imagination and it feels like I'm the same person creating the same things over and over and over. So basically today we're going to speak about a repetition and patience. So you have to do the same thing over and over. So also it doesn't help you use your imagination just once and then you are patient. You have to do it over and over and over again, because repetition obviously is very, very important. Napoleon Hill said, "The imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, and inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known." And as we say, the subconscious doesn't always know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. And by using our imagination, we can form our habit, we can form our future, and we can form our lives. The average human also uses their imagination more for the negative than for the good, if they use their imagination whatsoever, because they don't know how to use their imagination. So I want to encourage you today, use your imagination for the good. Use your imagination to build your vision, your dreams, and your life. Do it repetitively and have patience. So why is repetition very important? And I always use this example, and I'm glad to use it a lot because it brings out my point very well. If you want to get in shape, going to the gym once will not help. Eating a good meal once will not help. It's the repetition of doing something that's going to get your body in shape. And just like the repetition of something will get your body in shape, it's the repetition of something that will get your imagination or your mindset in shape. So let's look at repetition. Imagine where you want to be. Imagine your vision, your dreams, and your goals, and act like that person repetitively. Earl Nightingale said, "Whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish it with repetition will eventually become our reality." And I think we should be very purposeful when it comes to imagination, and we should be very purposeful when it comes to repetition. This is again something that's not going to happen accidentally. This is something that's going to happen intentionally. So I really want you to take a hard look about where you are in life. And if you look at where you are in life and you say, "Listen, but this is not exactly where I want to be," ask yourself, what has been in my imagination lately? What repetitive behavior have I been doing lately? And are there some things that need to change? Because the reality is, what you repetitively put in your mind, what you repetitively put in your imagination, that is what's going to stick. That is what's going to go into your subconscious. Whatever goes in your subconscious is going to form a habit in your life, and whatever is formed in your life as a habit will create your reality. Muhammad Ali said, "It is the repetition of affirmation that leads to belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen." It's the repetition of affirmation. We believe in affirmation, we believe in positive speaking, we believe in positive thinking. And so many times we have people saying, but I don't feel it works. I've tried this positive thinking thing, I've tried this imagination thing, I've tried this affirmation thing. We also believe in writing down. I've tried this writing down thing, and it just doesn't feel as if it's working. And the reason it's not working for many people is they don't do it repetitively, or they mix it up with a bunch of other things. It doesn't help you wake up in the morning and for 10 minutes you have a good imagination and you have good affirmations and you have good writing, but the rest of the day you think bad thoughts, you imagine bad things, and you say bad things. Remember, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. It doesn't know the difference between what is a joke and what is not. It doesn't know the difference between all of those things. So if you continuously walk around in the day and you speak about, how the country is at a bad place, how your business is at a bad place, how your marriage is at a bad place. I'm not referring to going to a counselor asking advice, because if you go to a counselor asking advice, you have to bring out what's holding you back, and you have to admit what's holding you back. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about consistently during the day to your family and your friends, you have this negative voice, you have this negative attitude. Then those 10 minutes you did in the morning is not going to help if the rest of your day is accompanied by bad thoughts and bad imaginations and bad affirmations. Because my question then will be, what are you repetitively doing? What are you repeating? What are you doing the most? No, it has to be a continual thing. I really believe in taking some time off in the morning, do some meditation, do some thinking, do some affirmation, do some writing. I do that every day. I really believe in doing that. But after you have done that, it's important to be very aware of your thoughts, your imaginations, and your affirmations during the day. Because if you during the day repeat bad imaginations, bad thoughts, and bad affirmations, those are the things that's eventually going to become the strongest in your subconscious mind, which will then form habit and will then form your life. So this is why patience is very important, because now I'm telling you something that you maybe haven't done for a long time, or maybe you've never done it. Maybe your habit is negative thinking. Maybe your habit is negative imagination. Maybe your habit is bad affirmation. Maybe you have bad influences around you that have shaped this subconscious mind of yours. And now you have to come to a place where you say, listen, sometimes I'm going to fail. Sometimes I'm going to fall. Sometimes I might think negative more than what I should. Sometimes I'm going to have bad affirmations more than what I should. It's very important to forgive yourself, to be resilient, to go back into a good imagination. But forming this habit, forming these new thought patterns is going to take time. And that's why you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to have grace on yourself, because this is going to be built over time. Remember, just like I said, how your body is built over time, your thoughts, your mindset, and your imagination is built over time. Maybe you have a good imagination, maybe you have a good thought life, maybe you have good affirmations, maybe you have the best influences around you, and you still think, but it's taking a long time. Still, patience is a very important thing, because one person said sometimes it feels like something takes very long and then it happens suddenly. Many people have been asked, how did you become an overnight success? And many people say, it took me 10, 15 years to become an overnight success. So before they were successful, before they were famous, before they were anything, they imagined, they acted, they affirmed, they believed, and they did it repetitively, sometimes for years. So I want to say this: if you feel like you are working hard, you are believing hard, you are waiting for your breakthrough, you're trusting for your breakthrough, but it feels like nothing is happening, patience is a very important thing, because there is going to come a suddenly in your life. About patience, Edmund Burke said, our patience will receive more than our force. And one scientist said there must be a perfect balance between acting and waiting, or believing, or resting. It's not like, stay at home the whole day, just use your imagination, just use your thoughts, just use your positive affirmation and wait and be patient and be restful and be peaceful and wait for your breakthrough to come. That's the one part. The other part is do the work, do the action, do what you can do. There must be a perfect balance between the two. And Arnold Gaslow said the following: the key to everything is patience. You get the chicken by hatching the egg, not by smashing it. Patience is a very important thing. I want to encourage you to like, to leave a comment, to ring the bell, and to subscribe to our channel, and also send this video to people you believe will benefit from it. And also, I do sessions with individuals, sessions with groups, sessions in businesses and in families on emotional intelligence, on mindset. So if you are interested to know more, please send me an email. We will be happy to come back to you and to serve you and help you where we can. Also, I want to encourage you to visit our website at www.mindprosperity.co.za. And as a final encouragement, I want to say to you on using the imagination, have grace on yourself sometimes when you fail. Be resilient, be patient, give it time, but work hard on this. Just like you exercise a muscle, work hard on it. Sometimes it's going to feel like you have to push through. Sometimes it's going to feel like you have to work harder, to have joy, to have peace, to build a good mindset, to build a good imagination. Sometimes these are things that we have to fight for, because there are so many things outside in the world that tells us otherwise. And that's why we have to look internally and say, listen, I'm not going to allow the things in the world to influence me the whole time. I'm going to acknowledge that they are there. I can even acknowledge that it's a problem that needs to be worked on and changed, but I can only be the change agent if I start within myself. And imagination is a great key that we have to do that. Thank you so much for watching from Mind Prosperity. We love you, and we will see you soon again. Goodbye.